Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Story and Sketch Live with Pamela. I'm Pamela, your Stampin' Up demonstrator in the Texas Hill Country in Fredericksburg, Texas. Hope everyone's having a wonderful Wednesday. We have a beautiful day here in the Texas Hill Country. We had storms that came through yesterday morning, some really kind of worrisome storms. We were under a tornado warning for a little bit yesterday morning, but everything worked out fine, at least around here, and everything is so green and pretty because we've had some good rain over the last couple of weeks, and it just looks like a gorgeous day today. I may have to go out for a walk later. Good morning, Debbie. Thank you for your order yesterday. I have an email I was gonna send, and I haven't sent it quite yet, so I just wanted to make sure you knew I saw it. All right, say hello if you're joining me. Let me know where you're viewing from. I know Debbie is in Fredericksburg, Texas with me. Let's see. I'm so excited to finally be able to share my sketchbook that I created for an artisan design team project. It posted yesterday on Stampin' Up social media. And we'll be talking and walking through that a little bit today. And it's using the beautiful gallery suite collection that I'm using this week. So, more ideas to go along with the additional ideas that I'm creating this week. Good morning, Jana. Oh, lots of thunder, but not much rain. Well, like my mom is about 2.5 hours west of us, and they got 2.5 inches of rain. And that storm blew through there, I guess, overnight, and then showed up here, or some of that storm showed up here yesterday morning about 5 a.m., I think, 5 to 7-ish into the morning some, and we got like 2 inches of rain. I know the feeling, Debbie. Oh goodness, I've had to control myself. Yesterday, the new catalog went live. I've got that here for us. We'll look through that just a teeny bit, probably focus just on the beautiful gallery stuff, but you can view it online now in digital format. And I think you just have to go to my website at passionateaboutscrapbooking.stampinup.net. And down at the bottom, I believe there's a link to the digital catalog. So if you want to flip through that and see all the new goodies, you can also just go to the shopping link as well and look under what's new because we have new product, catalog product, plus online exclusives. And I think two new kits. I haven't even looked to see what they are. Yesterday, I took the whole day off because it was Jeff's birthday. So I we got up, had some breakfast, then went to lunch with his parents and at a new Mexican food restaurant. And we got the tiniest, cutest little margaritas. They had lunch margaritas. I had no idea what they were. And when they came out, they were in a cup that was like this tall, just a little bitty margarita. It was perfect for lunch. So we didn't splurge too bad. And I had the most amazing enchilada verde plate. It was so yummy. Might be my new favorite place, Los Tios. I think they're from Houston and they just opened a new restaurant here in Fredericksburg. So it was awesome. And we went and saw The Accountant 2 in San Antonio with his parents. So great day overall. And I didn't have to do any cooking at all since we did Chick-fil-A Tuesday night, ate out all day yesterday. Okay, I did cook breakfast yesterday morning, but that was it. All right, so let's get busy and dig in. I have a picture here of my grandma. me and Bevyn. So this was back in 2015. We're going to scrapbook about that today using the Beautiful Gallery collection. And then I'm going to share, we're going to pick a sketch out of my new sketch template book. And I have some fun things coming later in the week. I don't even know if I know where it's at. I did use one of them on Saturday for National Scrapbook Day. I'm not sure if I know where the PDF is that I printed out. I cleaned up and then it's already a mess again. But I will grab the page here. Oh, I actually have a couple I can share with you. There's the PDF. I found it. All right, so this is what I did on National Scrapbook Day. If you sign up for my newsletter, whether you're already on the newsletter or you need to sign up, the link is in the description. When you sign up and subscribe to my email list, you'll get a welcome email with this PDF, so you'll get that copy. And then these are the pages. I created this page with the May 2025, not the May, March 2025 paper pumpkin kit. And so I created a scrapbook sketch for that. Is anybody else, is my video a little slow or skipping? We may have some issues with internet. I don't know. And then this is the page that I created on Saturday for National Scrapbook Day. So you can see both of the pages are very similar, and I just use different products. All right, so I'll put that, I need to put it somewhere safe, probably back where I had it so that the cats don't step on it and mess it up. I keep my finished pages up in my Kalik unit, and then I got to clean that out and get them into scrapbooks. And Stampin' Up just came out with scrapbooks yesterday. I'm so excited. So that's one of the sketches. That's the PDF that I'm going to start a collection of those and use those every Wednesday. Then I think I'm going to have an option so that you could print out hole punch and put into a regular 8.5 by 11 binder. But if you want to get really creative, okay, good. Thanks, Debbie. I'm feeling like I'm slow in my on my screen, so who knows. But then I'm also going to have an option. I might end up doing like a video tutorial on how to create this, and I'll open this up and show y'all and tell y'all a little bit more about it. So you're getting an extra sneak peek from the tips and technique posts that went live on Stampin' Up yesterday. So I created a little pocket in here so that you could have like a little grid template. So you could draw on here if you wanted to draw out your own ideas. This could be for card making as well. I just focused on scrapbooking because, of course, May is International Scrapbooking Month. So it wasn't just for Saturday. We're going to be doing stuff all month long with Stampin' Up for scrapbooking. And then here's one that I just haven't put in here yet. This was my artisan design team project for last month, I believe it was. And that was a design that I used for my page. And then these that are in here are from the catalog, which I have right under here. And I can finally open it up and show it to you. Good morning, Flo. Hope you're doing well. And Christine, on page 28 of the new catalog, there are scrapbook templates inside here. So I took these templates and put them into my sketchbook. So I have 8 templates in here already, and I'll be adding to them as I create some of my own sketches. I'll probably go through some of my past 12 by 12 pages and draw out some sketches. You can draw them with your hand. with a pencil or one of our new journaling pens. You could also do it in Canva. So that's how I did this one. I did it in Canva. I created my template in Canva. So I'll be sharing this information soon, and where you could just print these out and create your own little book is my plan. But these right here, these first few are the templates that are in the catalog, and I gave you a little bit of room here to journal, to put measurements, notes, whatever you want. And it's just printed on basic white cardstock and then adhered onto 6 by 8 pieces of basic black cardstock and hole punched. So we're going to pick one of these today to scrapbook. And then here's that one that I showed just a minute ago. And then here's one that I sketched out that we'll have to try sometime. And then I'm gonna have, I don't think I have it. You can see the grid lines in here. So I'm gonna make more pages that have just the grid lines so that I can sketch them out. I originally had it like this, but then I was like, I couldn't draw straight lines and figure out what goes where. So that's when I added the grid lines in. So I'll provide a template for that too, but that'll be, oh, in the next couple of days probably, and I'll have all the details I'll share with you about that. Okay. So I love my new little book and I cannot wait to add to it, but I guess we'll keep it open so we can figure out what we're doing today. So I've already in your Scrap and Create kit, let me grab that and tell you about that real quick. So if you haven't been here and know what my Scrap and Create kits are, each week I make a kit of designer series paper, cardstock, and some embellishments. And I use these products throughout the week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I'll create a 2-page 12 by 12 on Monday, a 1-page 12 by 12 on Wednesday, and 2 fun fold cards on Fridays. And you will get a selection of designer series paper. It'll be from a suite. So this week's is the Beautiful Gallery. You'll get, these are 6 by 6 pieces. So you'll get one of each design that's in the, so instead of buying the whole packet and getting 4 sheets of each, which equate to a 12 by 12 page, which is kind of nice, but you'll just get a quarter piece, 6 by 6 piece. These are all the designs that are in this. You can see them better on my Monday video along with, or just check them out on the website. And then they have all these cool designs as well on the back. So lots of variety, lots of color combinations you could go with on these. And then you'll get your sampling of the coordinating embellishments, and then 8.5 by 11 and 12 by 12 sheets. Sometimes I throw in a 5.5 or 5.5 by 8.5 inch piece if I've used a bunch of this and I need something for my cards on Fridays. So right now, these are the papers that I have in here. We've got Basic Beige, Crumb Cake. This is the new Secret Sea, Mossy Meadow, and then you'll get some 12 by 12 cardstock for our scrapbook pages, which is Basic Beige, two-tone cardstock, y'all. It's available now in all 50 colors. And then there is an early espresso two-tone cardstock as well. So I didn't go with any white in the kit this time. We're just sticking with that basic beige, which is a great neutral color. So you've got like basic white, very vanilla, and basic beige are really great. Okay, so let me put all that back together. So when you place an order of $50 or more during the week, so from Monday to Sunday, so this Sunday is the last day to get your hands on this kit for free. Then I just thought of something else I got to share with y'all. Then um, I'll send this packet to you the following week. You'll get a PDF, you'll get the packet shipped to you with a handmade card. And for the month of May, and actually this will be ongoing from here on out because I'm a part of a brand new design team of past and present artisans. We've come together to create a PDF that includes 12 projects, and this month just happens to be using the beautiful Gallery Suite collection. Here's a sneak peek and the names of everybody that's on the team. And then a lot of the designers have created YouTube videos, so tutorials that you can follow along with. And a few of the ladies don't do videos, so there are written instructions in here. You will get cutting dimensions on everybody's um, projects, but some will have video tutorials and others will have written tutorials. So you'll get this free as well with your $50 order. So you'll get this plus this free. And then you can also purchase this for $15. You'll just need to use the link in my video. I've had to use just a link tree, and then you go to that link and it lists all the different things that I have going on in one place. Because we had some issues this past Saturday with Facebook and Instagram deleting posts that included certain types of links. And one was specifically like my landing pages through Constant Contact. And it was very frustrating that day, but I think they're working it out. They may have put some posts back up. I haven't looked at mine real close to see because I just went a different route and decided to do the Linktree landing page. All right, so let's figure out what we're going to create today. I have my color combination going on here. I love this paper and I have not used it yet. It's got a great backside too, but I'll probably just use this one. And I can't ever figure out, I think maybe this is the way I would want it to go with that piece right in the center. But I guess you could turn it any way you wanted it. And then here are the other patterns that I've grabbed that I might use. I love this one, but I'm not going to use it yet because I have done something with it that'll be coming soon. So I'm trying to do something different with all the paper. Um, and before we get started, just real quick, I do have a PDF for the online exclusives. This is the third release. These just went live yesterday, and we'll be using some of these in the coming weeks. This is primarily for May and June, I think. And then don't forget about the April 25 Inked Occasions Paper Pumpkin Kit. This is the PDF for the Paper Pumpkin Creatives. You can earn this for free as a subscriber of Paper Pumpkin through me or as a team member. And we have a team, we have a brand new sign up special too for Paper Pumpkin. So be sure to check out my website about that for details. You get lots of free product with that. And then you can also purchase it for $15 as well if you already have gotten that kit. All right, let's see. So you'll get that every month. All right. Again, let's get busy. Let's see what kind of like this one we could rotate it. Hey, Lori, how are you? And good morning, Wanda. Good morning, Charisse. Then let's see here. So what's cool about this is you can take them out, you can write on them, have them just on your desk, move your sketchbook out of the way. You can rotate these if you wanted to. We could do that. You can rotate them really any way you want. Since I have a portrait or a landscape photo, I could do something kind of like that. I could do it this way as well. So gives a lot of room for a title up here. And then there's this one that would work too, but I only have one photo, so this up here would be something different. Again, these sketches are from the new catalog, and I just took them and put them into my sketchbook. I won't do this one because of the size of photo that I did. This is a good one, but this is the one I've done like 3 times already. I You can go look at my Instagram and see, and I have some more. Well, one was I'd used this design for the um, artisan design team, the group that we just put together with past and present artisans. So I used it for that. And then this one as well, I wouldn't use. This one you could turn different ways, but I only have one photo. So I think I'm showing you through this that there's probably one that I'm going to use today. I'm kind of gonna turn it and look at it different ways. You don't have to have a banner. That could just be like where you put your title. So lots of options here. So let's go back to either this one or this one. I'm gonna put that back in there. And then let me flip through this just to show, maybe I did already. Yeah, I already showed y'all that. But if you popped on late real quick, you've got an option. I'm going to be sharing this soon, so you can just print these out and create your own book. But I made templates where you could do some drawing, draw your own templates. You can use this for card making too. It doesn't have to be just for scrapbooking. Because even that, sketch templates, it could be for cards. All right, so I'm going to put that away. We're just going to work with one of these, and I'm thinking I will probably, since I don't have other photos, I do have a lot of journaling. I haven't printed it out yet because I wasn't sure what route I was going with. I think we'll do this one, and we may just leave it like this, but turn these things a little bit, the orientation of those. So let's get after that. I'll leave that kind of right there. And because I kind of like this, I don't know, I would change the orientation of some of that maybe. Um, we could do a title with journaling underneath it right down in here. We'll think through it for a minute. Let me see. But I kind of like this, and I think I'm just going to rotate these pieces right here a little bit. All right. And this one right here, I'm almost positive I'm going to use that this right here. We need to use our frame. Okay? Okay. So we'll put that there. I already have. Let's get things laid down here. Good morning, Debbie. We got a good group today. What's up with that? All right. So this is the two-tone early espresso cardstock that we cut the middle out on Monday and used some of that. Speaking of, if you didn't join me on Monday, oh, bummer. I was just looking at it's like I've already torn um, my little flap. It tore, bummer. I hate wasting stuff like that. I don't know how I did that. Here are my pages from Monday. So these were my dad, and then Poppi, the picture I'm doing today is his mom. So I think a little bit more heritage ideas with this one. This one wasn't, um, I'm not using old photos, but it is kind of still a heritage style. Both of them have passed away, so My grandmother passed away in 2016, and then my father passed away in 22. So I guess I'm being nostalgic this week. All right, so I've got my base here, and you can see if you look closely, this square right here is your base of your page. And then, um, so you can do a bigger, like this one really shows maybe like a 1 inch border, but I'm just going to do a 1/2 inch to give me a little bit more like real estate to work with on the page. So I cut this down to 11 by 11. So let's get that on the page. I'm only going to put adhesive around the edges since I've cut the inside of that early espresso out. Oh, yes. Hey, Jacqueline, how are you? Definitely. I keep meaning to ask, do you go by Jackie? I thought I saw someone say that, but I didn't want to start calling you that and you don't go by it. And people call me Pam, and that's fine with me. I went by Pam when I was like in junior high and high school, and then I started going by Pamela again, but either one is fine with me. I even have some friends call me Pammy. So, all right. So I don't even remember now. I think I planned on using let me pop that up for a minute. I think I'm using the light side of the basic beige. And then let's bring this in. These are the pieces, kind of the color combination I wanted to go with. I'm going to try to keep that kind of handy so we can see what we're working with. I somehow want to incorporate um, the Secret Sea. That's our one of our new in colors. And then we've also got cloud cover in here as well. So I might do like some layering with the 6x6 behind the photo. Let's look at that. Trying to figure out how I'm gonna bring this in. So instead of a portrait, I'm gonna do my photo like this. I didn't do a white border this time because I'm not using any white on my page. We're gonna have to do a title, which Jackie is what most people call me. Good deal. So I'm glad I asked. And then let me look at I asked ChatGPT to give me some ideas for titles. I'm not sure I've totally, you know what I might do? I might just do Poppy because that's what we called her, but with an I, Poppi. So I might just do that and keep it simple this time and not something creative. It gave me some ideas like rooted in her, a beautiful life, with love, Poppy, 3 hearts, one legacy, generations of grace. But to be perfectly honest, I was struggling a little bit with those because Poppy wasn't the easiest person to get along with for many, many years. She had a pretty rough life and she was alone. My grandfather passed away when I was like a year and a half old. So she was mostly alone the later half of her life. She did remarry briefly, but that one didn't work out. And so it wasn't until her later years she had a knee replacement and that didn't go well. So she ended up in a nursing home in a wheelchair. And that's when she grew a little gentler and softer. And, she was drawing closer to God. through a gentleman that she had met at the nursing home. So I'm still working on my journaling on that and how I want to reflect on that. So I think I'll do just maybe with love, Poppi, something like that. So sometimes it's hard to um, journal and scrapbook about certain people. We loved her dearly, and but yeah, she could be somewhat difficult. All right, so I'm gonna be down here. I'm thinking I want to do some. So I think I know what I might want to do. I've got to locate my other letters. Let me see what I did with them. There they are. So these are available now too, y'all. These are the new party alphabet set. And we were so fortunate as artisans to have them send them to us. So I have a couple of letters I didn't put away yesterday. So I need the O, and I was trying to keep these in order. I'm going to lay them out so we can just see them. There we go. Something like this. Let me get my letters. So there's the P that I need. I need 3 P's. And I was just going to try to stick these back in here. The V probably goes down here, and the Poppi, I don't need the E. So P-O and I. I'll do this one. You could do, that's where that went. Oh, look at this, y'all. I found this somewhere. Now I know where it goes. This would be more like an exclamation, probably. But I guess you could use it as a lowercase I. All right. I found that in something, in my box yesterday, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what that goes to, but got that figured out. Okay. So it's coming together. We'll cut these out. I think I'm going to cut them out of this right here. I think that's going to be really pretty. And then we'll mat the photo, I think, with this. I'm trying to decide about so I'm going to have to bring in some more. I think that'll work if I cut out some of the, I'll cut out the frame probably with that. And then maybe today, I think I want to use like this one. And then I'll see if we can do something with this maybe. I want to show you how this works, and we'll do this one too. All right, we'll leave it with that, I think. Okay, I think I have an idea. So these are our pieces we're going to cut. That's going to fit just perfect on there. So it's going to work for our frame. So let's do just a little bit. I'm wondering if, I don't know if I could get all of this out. If I want to do that or not. I don't think so. I think I'm just going to work with that and maybe some of these. So first I want to figure out this part right here. So I'm going to do I'm going to turn it this way, and we're going to cut my photos 4x6. So let's do 4.5 by 6.5. Means I got to pull this out. 4.5 by 6.5. And then I'm going to use these, I think, I'll cut them down a little bit, and they're going to come out from behind this. I'm going to go ahead and layer that on my photo. I chose to do black and white because I had like a black and red and Bevyn had pink going on. My grandmother's top was probably actually perfect for this page, but the other bright colors were just too much. All right. So I'm trying to decide where's that at. Let's look at this for a minute. If I put my photo here, I'm going to do something, may have to be like this smaller piece, or it may end up going, we may really change this up a little bit. I'm not sure. Okay, before we do any of that, let's do all our cutting on all of this. So I'm going to move that out of the way for the moment. We're going to bring in this and we're going to cut some things, and then we'll just be able to layer it all together and get it done. I have a pretty good idea of where we're going now. What's cool about this frame is that it'll cut like 3 pieces at once for you. So it's got this frame right here, then you've got this frame, and then the inside as well. And I think it'll fit just perfect right there. So let's do that. I'm going to tape it down so it just stays where I want it to stay. And then I am going to go ahead and do like one of these. I think in this one, I may bring in some crumb cake. I don't know. Let me think for a minute. I've got that in the background. Maybe we'll do, we can either do a little bit of those, or let me see what other pieces I have in my, um, let me find my, there we go. So these are my pieces I have left in my kit. I threw in my one of my cards in there, but I've got all these pieces that we'll use with our embellishments as well. I think I'm gonna be done with that. And I have a couple more pieces. 1 second. I've got these pieces that we can cut out of. I don't know how I get piles going so quickly. Does anybody else have those problems? Oh, here's a few pieces too I thought maybe I would use right there too. So I'll just do this to start with. I don't want to have too much brown going. It's going to be, there we go. I need kind of a variety of colors. Show you everything that, so we've got to work with here. So these are all our pieces. I'm going to just set those over here for now. We'll put that aside. I'm going to do, I think I'll do, let me see if it'll fit on here. Not sure I can get it to, it might. Let me look at the back side and see if I can turn it to where I can get it cut properly. No, I think that's just going to be too small for that one, but we could do this one. So let's do it. I like to kind of turn it so that I can still get like little pieces cut out of there. Try to get the best use out of your paper because you are kind of limited from the Scrap and Create kits. That's where I've got to get somewhat creative I'm like doing the work for you, I guess. Okay, so you got that piece. That's going to be great in there somewhere. I may only do like one big cluster on here, and then we don't have to sit here and cut a ton of stuff. Um, I need something to go behind my, so I may use one of these pieces to go behind here, but we can just cut that down with our trimmer. Then this one, kind of think I want to, I'm only going to need like maybe this portion back here. So I'm going to cut this out right here. And that'll give us a little bit of blue. So I'm still going to want to try to create kind of some type of a triangle visual. And gotta have to kind of have to be gentle with those. There's that one. Okay, and then let's do our letters. And we'll come back and cut anything else we might need here in a minute. Because I'm still looking at that one, how I want to get that in here. This one I'm not going to worry too much about the pattern. And really put it in here either way. So we'll need 2 more P's. And then I'll probably end up printing out part of the title and I'll do the with love maybe. Okay, so there's that. And then I just need 2 P's. Oops. 2 more P's. I think I can fit one right here. So what's everybody call their grandma? Or do you have a grandma name? We have Jeff's, where did it go? There it is. I can't see it. Ah. So Jeff's um, middle daughter, I don't know, he's got 3 daughters actually, and then Kyle. But Lexi, she has had our first grandson, and Liam, he just turned a year old, so I don't officially have a grandma name yet, but I did recommend maybe going by Pammy, since I didn't know what else something different. I don't really want to be called Mama or anything like that, but whatever they come up with is perfectly fine with me. We suggested maybe Pammy would be good. All right, so that's all the letters that I need. And I think that's it. So I'm going to set this aside for the moment. We'll come back and cut anything else we might need. I'll bring this back in and let's lay some things out here, see what we've got going on. Got to figure out kind of where we've got lots of room up here at the top for a title. But thinking I'll use just this one. This one's going to be, I like this one because it embosses the mitered edges. Other than you could like put it in the background maybe. So we'll play around with it a little bit and see what we can come up with. Maybe instead of going that way, we might could do something I don't know. We'll have to visualize it first, some different ways. That's pretty. I like that. That we'll put over here. Gotta have place for my journaling. So then maybe, what if we go down here to maybe anchor that? I could put some paper behind here. And maybe that's what I'll do with these pieces. I also have this one I can use now too, the back side of that. And then this one, instead of going out like, we'll reverse them maybe, or maybe it'll go behind here, or I might go up, and I could stick maybe, I don't know if I could fit, could bring it over a little bit more. There's also the banner piece. I may have to I don't know if I really want to overlap it though. So let's think, and we're going to have something up here. I'm just going to put this up here for now, but I'll use one of the patterns. All right, let's see what I want to do. I'm liking this. So because we need some contrast, we're going to throw these over top of them. Okay, so let me measure this and get some backing behind here. This is approximately 2 5/8. So I could do 2 1/2. Might do this. Let me decide. Got to make a decision here. I do have to have a place for journaling. I got to figure out how to make this work. This could be behind there too. We could do that. And I don't know if I'm going to use that piece or not, or vice versa. Maybe we will. Maybe this piece we're not going to use. So I feel like I need. All right, I'm going to start with filling this in. This is my mat's backwards. 1, 2, 3 1/2. So maybe 3 1/4 inch by 7 1/4. So, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches. Feel like I need that anchored back here, so I'm going to do this. Thinking I'm going to use my liquid glue. Maybe. We'll see if I can. Oh, it does come out. So I can get it just along the edge here. Now, we could have dry embossed this. I didn't think about that until just now, so we probably won't do any of the dry embossing this time. Okay, so I have this. Maybe put it down like that. I have the photo. I'm going to give myself plenty of room for a title. I can do a little with love up here, or if I come up with something else. So then we probably will use this piece up here now, because there's that little banner, and I'm going to say 1 1/2 inches. I'm over here, sorry. and be dovetailed up here. I'm just gonna eyeball it like that. And then this is can go all the way up this way. And then I might can bring some of that into a cluster over here. So I don't know if I don't think I'll ground my cluster. I think I'm not going to use these two pieces. We'll put that in our little stash, which is right here. And we can use those on um, baka. Is that how you say it? When my grandmother was a baby, when my granddaughter was a baby, she couldn't say grandma and it came out as baka. So everyone calls me baka. I guess it's baka. Is it baka back? Yeah, that's how I would pronounce it. Well, I think that's why I call my grandma Poppi, because it probably had something to do with my grandfather passing away when I was a year and a half old, and I don't know what I called him, if I called him Papa or what the plan was. I've never asked that actually. All right, so we've got these pieces. Mimi. I like Mimi. That's cute. We've got, so some of this we could do. I'm wondering if, I don't know. We'll see what else we can put with that as well. Probably some pieces of cardstock will cut out. Some of the, what we have left of the, some little pieces from the early espresso. Journaling wise, I may have to push this up a little higher. Got to leave a little room for journaling. I don't have to journal a lot, really. But what if I bring it up a little bit higher? And then I have journaling right down here. So then we kind of have, I think I might do that. All right, I think I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I don't know that if I want to do any more. I think I'll just kind of leave it like this. And then we'll build upon with a big cluster right down here. And we'll have room for a little bit of journaling right there. It'll keep a little bit of white space here and up in here. But let's do, before we put anything down, okay, so can see how I've kind of altered it. I've pushed it up a little bit more to give just the orientation of everything so that I can have room for my journaling and my title and so forth. So I'm going to put this back in my collection of sketches. So I don't really need that anymore. And let's work with what we got here. And I want to do some texturing. I want this stamp. I think I might, nope, I don't. I thought maybe I had it on a block already, but I don't. I have the other one. You've been on my mind. Thank you for everything. I might could thinking of you. I might could put thinking of you in there. Just stamped somewhere. But let's do this image in the background somewhere. Get a little bit of stamping and splattering in, and then we'll bring it all together. So I'm thinking very subtle. We could do some basic beige, maybe stamp that in a couple of places. And then since we have some of the Calypso coral in here, I could do the splattering with some Calypso coral to kind of brighten it up a little bit. So let's do that. And let me see what this is going to look like stamped. I'm looking for some scrap that I might can stamp on. I guess I'll do right over here on the, like right in here. I just want to see what it's going to look like, if I need to stamp it off once or not. It's kind of green looking. I wonder if it's going to stay like that. Maybe I'll be better off with crumb cake. So I wonder as it dries if it'll, let's look at this one and see. It's definitely tanner. I'm gonna go with crumb cake. And I think I'm good with that shade. And let me clean that little bit of mess up before I create a bigger mess. All right, so how about we get it to where it's going to peek out of a couple of areas that are around the side of the photo. So let's do it like right in here. Just gonna, okay. We'll do it right down. I think maybe I'll turn it and do it right down over here. Be careful with that extra ink on there. And then we'll do it right in here too. All right, like that. Maybe up a little higher. There we go. Right in there. And I'm going to splatter a little bit before I go there. I think I want to stamp it right up here too. And I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to do it. So I did use the light side, you can tell now. I'm going to put it right up here and don't want it to get onto the early espresso. Okay, so we have a triangle going on here. And then let's move all this off here. We'll do a little bit of splattering. And we can actually just do it with our Stampin' Blend. This is the light Calypso Coral, and we'll just do, I'm not too worried about the splatter so much getting on there. And we'll bring in a little bit of this. It's gonna go around that area. I love that these do that. So let me see if you can see it. Okay. Can't really tell in here too much of the Calypso Coral, but it's soft and pretty. So hopefully in the photos, you can see that a little bit more. I'm going to go even up in the corner there. Okay, kind of like that. And we'll have this kind of overlapping right. Oops, it's actually going to go up like that, I think. Let's put everything kind of back. We can start layering some of this down. I'm going to go ahead and I want to see where this goes. About like that. I'm just going to use my, I don't usually use my green glue on, I'm going to put it right there, I think. I usually don't use my green glue on my scrapbook pages, not very much, but I think I'm just going to layer this down so that I can pop up some of my other pieces, like my title. And my cluster I'm going to build up over here. Don't know if we'll cut some more to put in there to build it up a little bit. But let's go ahead and I can put this down. Probably about 1.5 from the top. I think it's right to the edge. There we go. Okay. And then I want to pop these up. I don't know where my mini dots are right now. So I'm going to grab a new sheet. And I'm got to get that started. So yeah, we'll just have our title and our cluster down here. And then we'll use forget what they're called. Are they beautiful motifs? Whatever these pretty little gems are. Can't remember now what they're called. They are called pressed flower motifs. Uh-oh, oh no! How did it do that? Okay. And of course I had to use okay, I gotta be gentle. Thanks, Debbie. I just didn't see it fast enough. How did that even happen? Okay, there we go. Got it straight. Let's, that's as straight as it's, no, maybe I can get it straight. I can get it. All right. Your banner moved. Okay, I think it's pretty good. Okay. Oh, I got stuff everywhere now. All right, I got all those off. We'll start it right about there. Okay. Oh, goodness. And always be comical when you come and watch the live. By the way, I did find my die. Who remembers me losing my die in the trash can on Monday? And it was not easy to find. I had literally had to go through like every single piece of, that I had in my trash can just to locate it. And crazy. All right. Let's say my banner looks a little crooked anyway, so maybe off camera I'll fix it. We'll see. And that is why I don't like to use green glue on my pages. All right. About right there, I think. So I'm trying to think of maybe I'll cut something out of this to have it down here. I'm trying to kind of visualize what can I do? Um, have to find that frame again. I don't think I want the frame. I might could put the frame behind, probably not, or I could cut it because I used the stinking green glue. I might could have it come out of this behind kind of like that. I decided to pull out my old close to my heart tweezers. I really like them. They really help move me along a little bit faster with these tiny pieces. Alrighty. I know I have a magnet. I don't know what it just kind of fell out of my hands and over into my trash can, and then I could not find it while we were live. I actually put a magnet on my um, cut and emboss machine. Alrighty. So I think we need some color down here. Let me see what we got to work with. Let me look at my pieces. I've thrown all kinds of stuff over here now. I've got to learn how to be more organized. All right, so let me see what I got in here. Don't think I'll use any of that. Just get all my pieces that I have. I stuck it over here, didn't I? There's also that piece. So can I? It might be cool to have even that behind here. So maybe I can cut it right here and right down here or something. I don't know if I'll go down that far. Let me find my scissors. So I could cut it about right there and right here. Oops, I don't know if I cut that good. And get it back behind here just to anchor some of this stuff over here. And then should I put, there it is. Maybe put some of this behind here. And that'll bring that over here, and then that's over there. I think I might do that. Something like that with this behind, and then I'll put stuff. So you'll just see a little bit of it. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So just need a piece that's about 1 3/4 inches, which will be perfect right there. And then I need it approximately 4 inches. Guess I'll just put a little glue all along the edge there. Okay, I'm not sure if I can. I may have to, we'll cut it down like this. I'm just freehanding it because I'm going to try to tuck it up under just a tiny bit. So I kind of cut out an L, backwards L. Yeah, there we go. So like right down there. We'll go right there. Okay, I'm liking that. And I think I still have a couple little pieces I need to poke out of this. We'll put a bow down here. All right, got that. I still have a little room. I can put some journaling kind of going. Maybe like this is where I'll do my journaling, right in here with little strip journaling when I get that done. Now let's probably do either some more brown. I need some more color in little. Wonder if I should do that, like right down here in the corner. And I could do it in these colors to get the pop. Maybe. And I'm thinking more of, I don't know what I did with my, there it is. So all these little pieces are really great. I have one in here. Let's use it. So I can add this in here. And maybe I don't need a whole lot if I do this and I bring in that extra pop of color. Just kind of down here in the corner, we can color those in with some Calypso Coral. Let's do that. And maybe I'll cut this out of a color. Um, Maybe I can cut it out of this, and that'll add a little darker. All right, someone, I think a kitten's outside. Let me see if, yep. All right, we're getting close. We're getting close. I think I'll only do this cluster, and up here we'll use those motif thingies, whatever they are. All right, so there is some of that. Looking to see if I have a smaller piece. There's this piece. We can cut that out of there. And then I think I'll just use this and stamp it on there, cut it out, and we'll color it in. Okay? So I'm going to cut some of this off real quick. So I've got those two pieces. And that block. Clean this off and put it away. So we'll stamp and color first, and then we'll cut out that and that. I guess I won't. I'll do this on um, Friday. Cat just got a plastic bag and is carrying it off to play with it. Um, I guess I'll do that in black so that it won't bleed too much. We do have a die cut to cut this out with. Again, I'm stamping it on the light side of the basic beige. And we've got, I don't have any of the, actually, I do. I have, one second. I do have the Stampin' Right markers in the new in colors. So I guess we'll do our leaves, the cloud cover. All right, I'm going to color it in with the light. I think I'll color the whole flower. This will give us a nice little pop down here to go with that up there. And we'll swipe in just a little bit of the dark. Y'all can see that, yeah, I think. Just using my brush tip. If you wanted it lighter, you could use the petal pink and then do the Calypso coral. I'll use the brush. And I'm just gonna brush in a little extra color coming from the middle, and we'll color that in dark. So super simple coloring. And see what we can do with this. I'm gonna color it on another over here to see what that looks like. Oh, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be pretty. Look at that. Okay, I think I'll just do the leaves. I don't want to bring any green in because there's no green anywhere else. I'm just following along with the colors in that DSP. And could even grab the Secret C. I don't know that it's gonna, yeah, I'm just gonna add a few little flicks of it here and there. It's not super noticeable. I think that'll work. Just darken it up there a little bit. All right, so we just need to cut these two pieces out. I need my die for that. So these two pieces, and I think we'll pretty much have our cluster done. We'll figure out how to layer it all in a second. I haven't been paying very close attention to, let's see here. Annie got a lizard yesterday and wanted to play with it, but she played too rough and it didn't make it. Yeah, that's usually what happens. All right, plates. And I think that's, be able to get both of these cut at the same time. Just line that up good. I think that's good. I might do the center with a little bit of early espresso. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna go ahead and tack it down just so it doesn't move on me. Hootie. I seriously got to spend a day getting all my stuff organized. Gotta clear out all the retired stuff. And all right, so I think I'm gonna put this down first. Now it's super fragile, so I think I'm just gonna use a little bit of green glue to put a couple of dots here and there just to tack it down. That is even pretty like that, y'all. So you can use your pattern paper on these as well. All right, I'm gonna bring it out like that, I think. Just find those places that I put the glue. And then we'll do like this one, I think, right up along that way. I don't know why I'm off. Like I guess I'm afraid I'm going to drip some on the page. I'll do it up there kind of like that. So you can just see that a little bit behind there. And then we have that right in here. I think so. I'll do this maybe out here. All right, so I think we have 2 weeks. 2 weeks from Friday, Bevyn graduates high school. So am debating, I'm thinking I might have to take that week off of doing lives and stuff, just so I don't completely lose my mind and I can get my house in order. So maybe that's when I can get everything. And this I'm going to pop up. So we'll see. Or I might record Friday's video, my feel good um, Friday fun folds. Haven't decided yet, but so I just wanted to let y'all know ahead of time. We'll see. We have a award ceremony tonight. I think I'm gonna put it right there. All right. Let me find my embellishments. They're doing an academic awards and scholarships announcement tonight, and I think she is getting a scholarship, another scholarship that we don't know about. So excited for that. Like a local scholarship they'll present her. Yes, thank you, Christine. I know. I was like, I probably will just take the whole week off, but we'll see. Don't know if I want to. I could put just a little bit. I just want to use a little bit of ribbon. I don't know if there's anything I could do. Can I? Like, maybe I could put a little bit up here. Be going this way. I think I'll do that. We'll see how much where I have to trim it off at exactly. Maybe just off like that somewhere. And then a couple of these. Don't know that there's really anywhere over here. I could put it. What if I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. Might. I'm going to cut a little piece off for over here and we'll see. Because I'm just thinking about my visual triangle. And then, so maybe I can put one of these like on here. I don't know. We'll see in a second. And then, oh, it looks so pretty twirled like that. Um, and then maybe just do the same thing over here. Coming out from under this. I'm going to cut it this way and this way. Put a little bit of tape right down the center here, just to, I don't know if I want it that way or this way. I think I like it better this way. Trim it down a little bit, straighten it up. Let's see if, I don't have it taped down in there yet, so let's put a little piece of glue dot right. Did not cut that. Look at how I cut that. Uh, there. So I'm going to cut this one down just a tiny bit right there. Okay. Just a little bit of ribbon coming out of there to add a little bit more texture. Let me see if this is going to work how I might want it to. Second. Can't get it to maybe out. There's a little bit. I don't want it very long. Yeah, I'm cutting it the opposite way this time. I don't think it matters. What I want. I put it right there. What do y'all think? And then this one, I'm just gonna glue it down. I'll just use some of this. Go down the length of it. So I'm gonna clean this cut up down at the bottom a little bit. It can be right about there. Probably do is I'm gonna put some glue right behind there and just wrap it over. Just want to make sure I leave enough of these for our cards. And out this way. What do y'all think about this right here? Definitely take the time. Okay, still got that. Got stuff laying all over my mouse. All right. I think I am going to put this on just with a glue dot. All right. I think that just about takes care of this page. think up a little bit higher works best. I'll have a little bit of journaling. I might do a little bitty short something right over here, or I might just make it super simple. I may not even worry about saying anything about my grandma being difficult. And just the date, because this was on her, I think it was the day before her birthday in 2015. So, all right, I'm gonna keep it like that. I'm not gonna do anything else to it. I'll just get my journaling put on here, and then that is our 2025 through 2026. You can, let me pull this out so we can kind of see what we created, how I altered it just a little bit to work for the sketch from the 25-26 catalog. So be sure to check out those sketches. They are in the new catalog on page 28. That was the first one right here. So you can see all the different sketches. And there are some, oh, there's the card sketches. They're on the page 24. You can use those as um, what's the word I'm looking for? Starting off points for a scrapbook page too, or just use them as like a cluster embellishment on your title area or something on your scrapbook page. So they're interchangeable. You can do so much. I mean, this could kind of, you could configure a card from that as well. So, all right, I'm going to leave it like that. I will get my journaling on. I'll share my photos here in just a bit. So, thanks for joining me today, everyone. I'm going to go through and read the comments, see if I missed anything, but I'll just leave that there. Remember, I'm going to have a PDF of this coming in the next day or two, and then each week we'll have a new sketch, not just from the 2025-26 catalog, but ones that I create and design on my own using my sketch templates book. And so we may have to, I've done a page like this already, but I may have to do another one. And then we'll work with some of the other templates here in, I'm just going to leave that there because YouTube is good about grabbing like the last screenshot or whatever, and it'll have that so you can kind of see how that works. All right, God bless you all. Have a great day. Join me on Friday for Feel Good Friday, where we'll create two fun fold cards using what we have left from our Scrap and Create kit, which here are a few pieces that colors and things we have left. So we'll have some, I don't know what all patterns. Oh, we got some good patterns, and look at that one. Plus these as well. So maybe we'll do like a masculine card. And then I've got bits and pieces of all these to work with. All right. Yeah, this is what they're going to screenshot probably. So we'll see. Bye, ladies. Thank you.